Oh, that hurts. Oh, I've got such a headache. Oh,
What happened, Andrea?
oh, I don't know. Just really bad headache. I maybe need to see a doctor.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
If you need to see a doctor, you're at the right place then.
Oh, why?
Lots of doctors around. We got even one coming across Atlantic, in fact.
These are all doctors?
Yeah, most of them are doctors.
Wow. Okay. I have a pulsating temple. Is that right, temple? And I have a thirst. And God, there's so many of them. They're all of them. Are you all doctors? You're very clever, yes?
At least the chief guest flew across Atlantic, but he's a cardiologist, though, so you need to have a heartache instead of a headache.
Well, I've had heartache. I have had heartache.
Right,
but that's a different story. You don't want to know about my love life.
So, whenever it comes, before he comes, you're going to share that, right?
Right. Oh, it's very loud.
Consider me as a doctor as well.
Consider yourself.
So you inspired some of them to be a doctor.
Yes.
So that's
fantastic. Well, I've got this major headache. So anyone in the audience would tell me what to do? I mean, do I have lots of water, paracetamol? Come on, guys. This massage. No, things are looking up. This is great. What kind of doctor are you?
He's a physiotherapist, probably.
A physiotherapist, we like that.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this reception being hosted by the World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis. This reception has been hosted, in fact, in honor of Dr. Asif Rahman, Chairman APPNA, and we're so grateful that he flew from the United States of America to be here with us, because there's a huge event tomorrow that we both are, in fact, hosting again. And Dr. Asif Rahman, we are so honored that you found time. And we honored that the World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis Board of Governors, Board of Governors from the Central Board of Governors, at the same time, Board of Governors from the WCOP UK. We are so honored that you are here today with us. So we are going to start the event with the permission of the chair. The chief guest, and what we're going to do, the first thing is to welcome the honorable guest, Dr. Asif Rahman. I'll be inviting Mr. Syed Qamar Raza, who is the founder of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis. He's also the co-chairman of the organization. He has been the former president of the UK Pakistan Chamber of Commerce and Industry as well. Mr. Syed Qamar Raza is one of the driving force behind this organization, and we find he is the best person to in fact welcome our chief guest. So let's give a big hand to Syed Qamar Raza.
Would you like to stand behind the lectern, or would you like my mic?
I'm fine here.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Saab. Honorable Asif Rahman Saab, Chairman APPNA, Dr. Sohail Chuftai, President WCOP UK, Honorable Member Boards and respected guests, Assalamu alaikum and good evening. It's such a huge privilege to me today to welcome Chairman APPNA, which could be considered the largest organization of the professionals outside Pakistan. As you may know, APPNA is one of the largest medical doctors association in the USA, more than 18,000 members. When it comes to Pakistani diaspora, it's news when more than 4 of us could sit together and conclude the meeting without further splitting up. Dr. Asif Rahman could be considered true champion of making this incredible feat possible. Best of all, he represents an organization of known thorough team as a country of intelligent, hardworking, and individuals who could prosper in the face of heavy odds. 2 years ago, when we considered World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis, I must admit we were already inspired by the work of APPNA across the Atlantic. through WCOP is an organization which is open to all Pakistanis regardless their professional background. And one of the reasons to this reception is discuss the modalities of future engagement and collaboration and learn from the best practice of APPNA. So I'd like to welcome Dr. Asif Rahman and like to assure you our support to APPNA and hoping from you as well. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Mr. Syed Kamaraza, the founder and the co-chairman of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis, the host organization of today. Now, this is a high time. Then, in fact, I'll be playing, after Mr. Raza's words, I'll be playing anthem of the organization. This is going to introduce you to the organization and what its vision is about. We are also giving you the translation of the lyrics, which you would, in fact, find on the screen. So I'll be playing the anthem of the organization, and then we formally resume the event.
एक ही मालिक खालिक सबका सब उसकी मखलूक इश्क भी हुस्न भी आशिक भी वो और वही माशूक इंसानियत साथ न छोड़े जो भी हो हालात प्यार है मंजिल हम है राही हाथों में है हाथों में
चांद सितारों से रोशन अपने दिन और रात प्यार है मंजिल हम है राही हाथों में है हाथ
चांद सितारों से है रोशन अपने दिन और रात प्यार है मंजिल हम है राही हाथों में है हाथ
सभी एक आसमां के तारे हैं हम कभी एक दूसरे के सहारे हैं हम पाकिस्तान है दूर मगर हम फिर भी है एक साथ पाकिस्तान है दूर मगर हम फिर भी है एक साथ पाकिस्तान है दूर मगर हम फिर भी है एक साथ पाकिस्तान है दूर मगर हम फिर भी है एक साथ
हिम्मत वाले हैं दिल वाले सबको दें तौक़ीर अपने दम से हर दिल में हो राहत की जंजीर एक रहेंगे हम पर होगी खुशियों की बरसात प्यार है मंजिल हम है राही हाथों में है हाथों में है
खुशबू बनकर जज्बे महके रिश्ते खिलते जाएं लम्हा लम्हा दूरी कम हो दिल ये मिलते जाएं
खुशबू बनकर जज्बे महके रिश्ते खिलते जाएं लम्हा लम्हा दूरी कम हो दिल ये मिलते जाएं
सब एक आसमां के तारे हैं हम सब एक दूसरे के सहारे हैं हम पाकिस्तान है दूर मगर हम फिर भी है एक साथ पाकिस्तान है दूर मगर हम फिर भी है एक साथ पाकिस्तान है दूर मगर हम फिर भी है एक साथ पाकिस्तान है दूर मगर हम फिर भी है एक साथ
Big hand for Dr. Suhail Tursai and his very creative team to put up this anthem together, which really sums up the heart of the matter when it comes to overseas Pakistanis. That Pakistan is far away, but still our heart beats with Pakistan.
And later on, you'll have to join in and sing as well. That half of the room, then that half. Look, you all look really worried now. I'm joking. You don't have to join in. That's at Christmas.
You're already feeling better, Andrea. Your
I
hand
am.
seems
And it's a
better,
smiling face of these doctors who look at me going, yes, I'll treat you. I'm going, oh, no.
So when something goes wrong, you know where to go.
Yes. Obviously, back to this room, yes. And talking of doctors.
The doctor, yeah, exactly.
Yes. The one doctor in the room that I know personally very well is our next guest speaker on here. He is, is terrific. I think we know he's obviously the director here of TVapex, but also an orthopaedic surgeon. I really could have done with you 10 years ago when my back went. I was in such pain. So orthopaedic surgeon. You are an IT instructor. I didn't know that. I could really do with you now around at my computer. and also a medical legal examiner. Who are we talking about?
Well, so it's not only the headache, but heartache, and even when your
Yes.
back is twisted.
It's
we
all
have-
gone
we've got
wrong, yes,
plenty
I know. It's a wonder I'm
Right.
standing here, actually.
And we have, we welcome, we request you to in fact welcome Dr. Sohail Sultai, who is the president of World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis, the UK chapter, and is the current one. At the same time, he is in fact chair of the London chapter of Association of Pakistani Doctors. And along with this, he's vice chair of the Brain Trust. So let's give a big hand.
After a long time, I had such an elaborate introduction. Thank you very much. First of all, I want to welcome Asif Rahman Sahab, Dr. Asif Rahman. He's traveled a long way. Still in jet lag, perhaps? Maybe not. But the London temperature is much kinder than where you come from. And the chairman, co-chairman WCOP, who has been very kind to support us all the way, and the members of Board of Governors. I'm very glad to have. I've not seen so many members of Board of Governors after a long time in one place. It must be very inspiring for you to be here today. Thank you. And look at the audience here, such a mix of people, professionals, organization heads, workers, community workers, lawyers, immigration lawyers. So thank you very much all. I really appreciate your coming here today. I'm here to just introduce a bit of definition of WCOP. It's not word COP. We're not the policemen of word. WCOP. It's World Congress of Overseas Pakistanis. And what we stand for is just two things. Is integration and empowerment. If I want to define it and I have 2 seconds, I would say integration and empowerment. And what is integration? It's when we learn the law of this country and when we develop the respect of the social customs here, because we're living here. And that is what I call integration, when we actually have understood the spirit this country belongs to. But at the same time, the ability to practice our culture, our religion, our values, and the power to prevent a friction between the two, that is called integration. That's how I define integration, that you're carrying your own culture, you're carrying your own religion, and you're enjoying the benefits of a country who has different things to offer. And that integration, that ability to prevent the friction between the two is actually integration to us. Now, why is that important? Why we're stressing so much? Why WCOP has started this whole concept? Because it gives you a sense of belonging to the country you live in. You're not living as an alien in that country. Once you develop this ability to enjoy what you brought in, and at the same time benefit from where you are, and then you actually are integrated and you're not alien to the society. When you're not alien, you're not a split identity. And we are heading for that. We are focused for that. We had a Board of Governors meeting for UK chapter, and I was so glad to see very fervent support. I'm really very happy that I have very able people on this side of the auditorium as well, as long as this side as well, who are actually able to support me for WCOP UK, a chapter formation which, with the help of chairman and the Board of Governors, we have formed recently. So, what is empowerment then? This is integration. What is empowerment? Why we want to focus on empowerment? Because we want to have a viably financial and economic stance in the country. We don't want to be looking for jobs, looking for relationships, or maybe sifarish we call it, and get into the system. It doesn't work here. What works here is the ability. And that is the culture we want to instill in our people. Look, you want to be empowered. We want to give you introduction of skill sets. If we can't give you professional education, we're not a college, we're not university, but we want to give you introduction or encouragement to learn a skill set. So we have development of different layers, which I'll explain in a moment. So empowerment is one part, integration is this, and they two together is the aim of WCOP. Am I right, Chairman? Now, how we do it? I'll probably stay here till breakfast. But, she's got headache, you've got lunch waiting for. So we want to really wrap it up quickly, and I would just sum it up by saying that if I have 4 pillars of WCOP, one of them is Board of Governors, the intellect and the finance for the organization. We all need finance. Any organization needs finance. You can't just run an organization and say, well, we have no financial support. Yes, we have. So Board of Governors with intellectual input and financial support. board of executive advisors with intellectual input, a drive to membership, and actually their time. The third is a panel of experts who will actually bring the skill sets and integrate them and give it to people. And TVapex is at the background to stream it, to run organization events, and that will merge very well. And the last part is to have friends of WCOP, which means that we have organizations who have shaken hands with us. I think the chairman met British Pakistani Foundation recently. We are also meeting other organizations. So we will have collaboration, we will exchange resources, we'll exchange contacts, we'll have collaborative events, and that we will make a nexus. So this is how we will work. This is how we will achieve empowerment and integration. And I tell you what, sense of belonging doesn't come in one day. It'll take time. I mean, if people sitting here still want to make a house in Pakistan, that's for obvious reasons, but they still have a house here. Let's look after both houses, their homes. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What a powerful message, integration and empowerment both. And WCOP is achieving both of these objectives in the leadership of those leaders, in fact, who actually initiated the organization. As Dr. Chutai mentioned, we have a few of the board members present here. And one of the board members is one of the initial directors, the founder director, in fact, who started this organization. He was also the first president of WCOP UK, also the former president of UK PCCI, which is UK Pakistan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, a renowned entrepreneur and a leader in many aspects of life. Let me invite Mr. Nahid Randhawa.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Actually, I do agree with Chughtai Saab that our introduction was actually quite lengthy, and it is encouraging actually to have an introduction like that. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Asif Rahman because he's taken his time to come here to actually cooperate with us and encourage us. And our chairman, Mr. Kamaraza, again, always worked very hard to bring other partners together to serve the community. And actually, I appreciate the services of all my colleagues. Thank you very much. I wouldn't actually say two sides. I think there's only one side, and that's the right side. That's where we are, all of us. So there's only one side here. We have all gathered here, and we have an objective. In fact, the objective is to serve the community. It is not important the level you serve. No matter how trivial it is, the important thing is you have a good intention to serve the community. You can help one person and you can help a million person. Helping one person is as good as helping a million, as long as you do it to the best of your ability. This APPNA organization is actually doctors' organization. As we all know, in fact, two sectors are the most important sectors. That is education and health. And I think I am grateful to Dr. Saab, he's here today, and they can serve our community to the great extent. Because I believe they should take part in our infrastructure. We can discuss all the things at all the levels. In fact, I believe the most important thing is, what is the most important thing to fix, where the rest of the benefits can trickle down. I believe the real problem in our country is infrastructure and the management of it. We have a great doctors all over the world, including Pakistan. It's the infrastructure which is missing. And I would appreciate APPNA to support in Pakistan making policy where the focus is on the physical and the organization of the infrastructure. And another thing I would like to say is by helping people again, we all work very hard to our best ability to help the community. But at the same time, I believe nothing is wrong with having a bigger targets. I think to have a right economy, we can discuss 101 things. How can we improve our economy? The fundamental problem, I believe, is the law and order. Because as long as we can fix the law and order in our country, that will actually originate all the good in the country. How? Because that's the only way we can make our establishment stronger. Because unless we have our stronger institutions, we cannot progress. And stronger institutions means everybody does its job to its best ability and is the right person for the job. Therefore, that's how our people and ordinary people will benefit, because the institutions are strong, and then we will have a strong economy. And we will have a strong democracy. We cannot have strong democracy, we cannot have strong institutions without law and order. Ladies and gentlemen, I would say that we should all aim to actually influence the government policy to say that ordinary people must have their rights and the law should be applied justly, equitably, and for the benefit of the people in its true spirit. I would like to thank all of you being here, and it's very kind of you listening to me. Thank you very much.
Very insightful words, Mr. Randhawa, and probably this is the time we are going to introduce the team behind the WCOP UK. Those member board of governors and members board of executives who are in fact bringing in fresh thoughts and energy to the organization. So I'll be playing 2 minutes, Vidya.
Okay.
It might help your headache a little. So. Thank you very much, and let's give a big hand to all these people who are inspiring overseas Pakistanis, those brilliant people and talented people who are inspiring 8 million overseas Pakistanis, and at the same time, we are here today to be inspired by our chief guest at the same time. So these people, in fact, are giving their time, their energies, their resources. They're donating their resources. They're investing into the future of overseas Pakistanis. So they deserve a big hand indeed. So let's do it again.
Yeah, brilliant. I kept thinking on looking at that, I recognise these people and they're all sitting here, so it's brilliant that you're here. So without more ado, I'm going to introduce our next speaker, please. That is Ayub Chowdhury. And he is on the board of governors for WCOP and also an internet company called NetSol, which I'll be intrigued to know more about. Can you please welcome him onto the stage?
Ayub Khari.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much, Sohail Chughtai Sahab. Welcome to Dr. Asif Rahman Sahab, Kamar Raza Sahab, distinguished guests. I was not expecting to speak, so, but I'm very happy. Thank you, Arif Malik, for inviting me to this very, very important platform. I believe WCOP, the last 1 year I've been watching the activities, incredible. The kind of integration you're bringing, and it's practiced, it's not just words. I shared a few ideas, and I think I'm very happy to be a part of WCOP and have such distinguished people as my colleagues. I'll be learning a lot from them, and if I could contribute in any way, I'd be very happy to. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ayub's company, NetSol, is one of the very few Pakistani companies which in fact took business outside Pakistan, which grew out of Pakistan, and they are present in approximately 6-7 countries across the world. Thank you very much. And not only Ayub, in fact, those other members, board of governors who are part of the organization, they bring wealth of experience, in fact, and global experience, at the same time influence in some of the particular sector. And one of them, I'm so glad and proud to introduce. One of them, who is sitting over here, he is in fact the only Pakistani, or the only one from the subcontinent, who happened to be one of the team members of the Archbishop of Canterbury's team, and I'm talking about the last, say, 1100 years. In the history of the Church of England, he is the only one who could make to the team of the Archbishop of Canterbury. And at the same time, he has done immaculate and amazing work in, say, interfaith, and at the same time, building bridges across the communities. He's member board of governors of WCOP Global. I'll be inviting Rana Joab Khan. Let's give him a big hand.
Thank you, Malik Sahab. I didn't know I'll be asked to come and to speak even for a few minutes, but a man in a clock, never worry about that. We are very trained to give sermons, and you have already headache. What I can say, simply why I am associate and why I am linked with the WCOP, the reason behind it is they have a brand which really Western market need. People need integration, people need a better relationship, and WCOP is the, or if not the organization, a very good organization that bridges yesterday and tomorrow. People who have left their country, and give them opportunity, provide them platforms, give them teachings, encourage them how they can integrate themselves with the country and the place where they are, and how they can be helpful in the country of their origin. What I should say, I'll just simply share a joke with you about priests and sermons. This is not about my wife anyway. Once a priest's wife, she was not able to sleep, and she said, honey, she said to his husband, honey, do you have a pile, or I should see some doctor? She said, what happened with you? She said, I can't sleep. He said, okay, I'll give you some sleeping piles. He gave them a couple of tablets to her, and she had, and she was not able to sleep. She came back. She said, honey, could you please help? Give me 2 more. I was not able to sleep. He said, okay, I'll help you. He gave her 4. And even she was not able to sleep. Then she came back. She said, honey, what happened? I'm so tired, but even then I'm not able to sleep. Could you please help me? He said, okay, I'll see, I'll give you dozen of. Oh, sir, no dozen of. Just speak a sermon that you give in the church. Sometime when we speak, when we give teaching, when we share our ideas with the people, it never touches hearts and minds of the people. People just sleep. This is what is happening with people of Pakistani origin, sorry to say, in this country for many years. But I really thank God for these people, wonderful people, who have brought a brand in the context which really need, and they are touching young people, bringing new ideas in the communities, and I hope the time will come when people of Pakistani heritage in the United Kingdom and overseas Pakistani will become a beam, not just for the country of their origin, Pakistan, but for the rest of the world. God bless WCOP.
For someone who didn't know how to speak and wasn't prepared, that was brilliant. Thank you. Well, without more ado, shall I introduce our next speaker? Or do you want to
Yes, I think the
introduce something?
best thing is that we didn't tell them that they are required to speak, so that they will be really brief, in fact. So
You are required
So most
to
of them
speak.
could complain about it, that, okay, you didn't inform us. I think that's better news, that's good news. So they're going to take only short while. But before we go ahead, I think we're going to introduce one aspect of our organization which we haven't introduced so far, and that is that we've got some superwomen on board.
Oh, thank you.
In fact,
Oh, no, not me.
there are others as well. In fact, we have some wonderful people, and you have heard most of them, the male folks. In fact, we've got amazing female members, board of governors, and those who are success stories. They're incredibly inspiring, and they have really gained a lot. They have achieved lots of milestones, and one of them, who is in fact inspiring to all of us, is present here today, and we wouldn't, in fact, miss this opportunity. We'd love to, in fact, bring her up on the stage. She is leading an organization which was, in fact, APPNA, is All Pakistan Women Association, and she's leading UK APPNA, those women who are present in the UK, not only Pakistani women, but women of all other nationalities as well. So, very inspiring person, and she brings a personal message when she joined the organization. So I'll be requesting Bhashan Rafiq to come over on the stage and, in fact, say a few brief words which could inspire us all. Many thanks.
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I was, like all of you, not expecting it. And if the hall gets empty and there's one person remaining, he's the person who's going to be the last speaker. Anyway, this is, I went and to the dinner that was given with Nick Clegg by the WCOP. And coming from a women's organization, I was wondering what I was doing with WCOP and why I was made a governor. And I saw the room was full of nearly 80% men and very few women. So I thought that, what am I doing here? As the dinner progressed, I realized that I have a lot to do here. Women's organizations need the support of the men. And I thought I really need to be here. So when the doctor asked me, Dr. Chotais, I got the message that this is taking place. I traveled from Knightsbridge by tube, by train, by delays, and ultimately arrived here because I didn't want to miss out to say that the women are here. And I am just one of them. All of those that you've seen on the thing, they are just amazing, talented women. And they have all survived and created a name for themselves. We all need your support, and you need our support. And I hope that your other events will have 50% women in them, not 20%. Thank you very much. And the integration is very important. When we started this organization and registered the UK APPNA, we put the name UK in front of APPNA. We want to be a part of this country. The opportunities that this government, this education system, everything gives to the women is what we want to take on. We don't want to be a marginalized community with women who, according to Shahid Malik, that at the bottom of the economic strata, the Pakistani women are at the bottom. We are not Pakistani women, we are British Pakistani women, and we want to have all the benefits that the women over here have, and we hope that your organization is going to give us the support to get it. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and it's a pleasure, inshallah, the beginning of a big thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I must not forget that APPNA is present in 65 countries across the world, and it's also having approximately more than 6 decades of history. Thank you very much for your kind words, and then another one from the Board of Governors and from the softer side of Board of Governors from the UK. I'm going to invite Mrs. Amti Ahmed. In fact, she's also having an incredible story, an inspiring one. She's owner of Tazi, which is in fact a business, but at the same time, she's representing her TCF, which is the Citizen Foundation, one of the biggest education network in Pakistan, which is for marginalized children, and she is herself sponsoring more than 200 of those children, and she is part of the WCOP UK, and I would love to hear from her side as well. So Mrs. Amti Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Happy to be part of WCOP. But I'm here today to say thank you to Mr. Asif from behalf of TCF. APPNA has done a lot of work, I think, for TCF, and I have some figures here to give. The people who don't know what TCF is, the Citizens Foundation. It's a dream 5 people saw to build few schools to start with, but they have, mashallah, built about 1,000 schools in Pakistan. And I am so pleased to be part of that organization and supporting one school. APPNA has built one school in 2007. And they support that school as well. And then they have built, that's the one in Muzaffarabad. Then they built another school, secondary school. The first one was with the primary school. The second one is the secondary school in 2012. That again is full capacity, which is 180 children. So supporting 400 kids in Pakistan. And they're all underprivileged kids. And it's an amazing organization. I've just come back from there, visited my school first time, and had an amazing experience with 200 kids and the teachers, and it's a wonderful organization. So we want to thank APPNA for supporting TCF sitting in America, and I hope to get more support from you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. That is the smallest table I've ever seen. You know, I've heard of the austerity, but that's ridiculous, isn't it? So without more of ado, I'm going to introduce another Board of Governors of WCOP, but this time as well, forgive me for the notes, by the way, it just sprung on me this. He's also former president of the UK PCCI, which is the Pakistan Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So I'm hoping that he'll give us a few words on what that all means. Can you please welcome Tariq Ramzan Chowdhury. Are you moaning at me already?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Distinguished President of APPNA, Chairman, President, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I know the dinner is going to be served. Somebody said lunch. The time has passed quite a long time ago, so I don't want to be in between your dinner and my speech. But basically, what I have seen today under the banner of WCOP. What a wonderful organization has been made, under which we have people coming over from America who operates organization with 18,000 members. It's music to my ear to hear that. And everybody else spoke so eloquently, spoke so passionately. It's the pride. It's the pride that we all have got, and it's again aroused into us. Let's go and do better things. Now, pride, what's the definition of pride? Everybody's got one here. What's the definition of pride? Can anybody tell me that? How can we take these organizations forward, take them sky high? What's the definition of pride?
Feeling of elevation?
Yes, it could be said that way as well. But, you know, the one that I have coined out is pride is personal responsibility, delivering excellence. You know, and if we can do that, I believe, you know, sky is the limit. Thank you very much for giving me this time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I must correct, yes, in fact, the speeches will continue till tomorrow afternoon, so we could have lunch. So lunch is correct. So yes, in fact, we are about to conclude and only say one or two more members. And there's another superwoman. I can't resist myself calling her on the stage. She's, in fact, one of the high achievers. She served in the BBC for approximately 22 years. At the same time, along with that, she has an incredibly powerful story. She is leading a charity touching upon thousands of lives and inspiring them and changing them for better. So she's done so much, such an amazing work that even the Queen herself, she awarded her an OBE, an Order of the British Empire, to honor her work. And we are honored to have her in our Board of Governors in the UK. I would request Mr. Dana Ansari to come on the stage and say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. I wish I was warned about 5 minutes ago at least, but thank you very much for inviting us. I'm very, very grateful for Dr. Chughtai, and I welcome the team from America. And the WCOP, let's hope we go ahead the way we have started today. And let's hope we can sustain it. You can start a nice organization, as the gentleman said, but I think to sustain it, that is very, very important for us. So I wish you all the best, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Yes, I do run a charity now after the BBC for about, as Mr. Malik said. It's a charity about people living in Britain, mostly women. And it started in 2006 with just 100 women, 100 Muslim women. I was asked to head this charity to teach them basic English and cultural activities. And that was simply a pilot project which exceeded its number and its target. And we have now, I'm very, very proud to say that we have covered more than 8,000 women in this country. And we've also taken men on board as well. So these are not just Muslim women anymore. So it's the integration. So this is the reason I'm here, is that I believe in integration. And I always like to see, because I always feel that Pakistan is my motherland and Britain is my homeland. तो मैं दोनों की ही इज़्ज़त करती हूँ और आप सबका शुक्रिया कि आपने मुझे मौका दिया. शुक्रिया.
Thank you so much. We have one last guest speaker to say a few words, brief words, before the chief guest is invited. He's part of the member board of governors of the UK. He's from academia. In fact, he teaches at one of the leading universities, this University of London School of African and Asian Studies. We are so glad that he is part of it, and he is able to inspire lots of students and those who belong to academia, and particularly reflecting on how Pakistani diaspora could prosper and inspire the rest of the world. So we'd invite Mr. Tariq Suleiman. Let's give him a big hand.
Assalamu alaikum. Thanks very much. I'll keep the same theme which has been taken by most of the Board of Governors, that it's one of those endeavors which needs appreciation, but it's not just the initiation of these endeavors, it's the sustenance which was just mentioned. And it's not even just the sustenance, because you can sustain an organization for quite some time with the resources some of our people have here, which is committed behind that. But it's how to transform an organization into an institution. And the day it will become an institution, which I'm positive after seeing the commitment behind this organization, after seeing the passion and the vision behind this organization, I'm sure that one day we will make it happen. Thank you.
I just want to ask, for my own curiosity here, have you ever been on a plane, any of you, and had that, is there a doctor on the plane? Has anyone actually ever had that? You have? And how about in a theatre? Yeah, is there a doctor in the house? Have you ever had that? Wow, that is incredible. And have you actually run up on stage and done your bit, or no? That's fantastic. You've actually had that. Brilliant. Okay, so we know that there are lots of doctors here, but obviously we've come to our chief guest, who is definitely a doctor, and I'm going to hand over to Arif, who's going to say more about him.
Thank you so much, Andrea. We're coming down to the conclusion of tonight's event, and we are inviting the chief guest, Dr. Asif Rahman, who flew from the United States. Dr. Asif Rahman, again, to mention that he is the chair of APPNA, APPNA, which is Association of Pakistani Physicians, physicians of Pakistani descent in North America, with more than 18,000 members. With such a force to reckon with, and at the same time, it's one of the success stories in the world, probably one of the very few success stories in the world, as an organization being run by Pakistanis, and at the same time prospering, expanding, interacting, integrating, and inspiring all other organizations. And as I mentioned in the beginning, we invited him so that we could learn from APPNA's story, and at the same time, WCOP and APPNA could join hands. We look forward to seeing towards the future where we could integrate, we could work together, we could learn from each other, and we want to be inspired. So let's give him a big hand, Dr. Asif Rahman from APPNA.
Good afternoon. First of all, what a great job these MCs are doing, and I'm glad that you don't have a headache. I'm a cardiologist coming from US and then treating a British patient without insurance. I don't want to get into that. I'm glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Dr. Sohail Chugtai, Kamar Raza Saab, Chaudhry Saab, Randhawa Saab, and I don't want to miss anybody, all the executive committee, all the leadership, and everybody. Thank you so much. What I'm doing here. I don't want to tell too much about APPNA. I hope you know about APPNA. It's one of the biggest physician organization of Pakistani diaspora in Western Hemisphere. We represent close to 18,000 physicians. Active membership is 3,000-4,000, give and take each year. We are close to 40 years into existence, democratic organization, and we have worked in every avenue which you can imagine, from education to CME, to social welfare, to education, transfer of technology in Pakistan, any man-made or natural disaster in Pakistan, APPNA was always there with the volunteer support, with the financial support, and doing lobbying for Pakistan, doing lobbying for physician community, and lately we have also involved into social justice in Pakistan, particularly focusing towards physician killing, minority killing, women rights, children rights. So we have done all, and we are doing it all. I felt very strongly that there is physician community here, APPS, and Chughtai Sahib is a leader in that organization, that we should collaborate. There is a physician organization in Australia that we should collaborate. I think that uniting these organizations, working together, we can make a better impact in Pakistan. And I'm focusing towards, to begin with, education and healthcare and civil rights and justice and anything which can affect en masses. And that's where we can collaborate. We can begin collaborating with medical education. We can bring collaborating with, if any unfortunates seen in Pakistan, we can help together. And particularly, we as a physician together can impact to influence on the lobby, and that lobby is focusing towards education and healthcare in Pakistan. I think that we can have a better impact on that. Then lately I also heard about this WCOP organization, which is new, and the impact which they are having now on community in UK as well as in Pakistan, how they are trying to build bridges, how they are trying to do collaboration, and not only to be influential in lawmakers here, and also trying to highlight the same issues in Pakistan. So I think there is definitely understanding. I think there is a lot of things which we as APPNA and they are doing. There will be, inshallah, future collaboration, the way we have done with Citizen. Any work which they will be doing in healthcare, any work which they will be doing in education, inshallah, there will be a lot of collaboration, because I think we together can do a much better influence, both in Pakistan financially as well as voluntarily, rather than just working by themselves. Again, thank you so very much for coming. I know it's very late and there are a lot of speeches. It's my honor and it's my privilege to come here and be with my friends. And again, thank you so much. And I hope I will see this leadership in US. I hope that we'll be working together on every avenue and every venue which we can do in future. Again, thank you so much.
I'm going to now develop heartache. That was brilliant. I don't care about the insurance, by the way. You can treat me anytime. So we're going to wrap it up with a bit of light entertainment, and not from me, obviously.
Yes, I have an apple for you in my bag.
I have an apple for me?
Yeah, so that will keep the doctor away for a day.
Oh, duh, please, no. Well, the headache is now cured anyway.
Wow, that's great. So let's be grateful to all these doctors.
Yes, thank you very much.
Whose words were even effective, and you didn't have to have the pills.
No, exactly right. But along with pills, what's really good for the heart and soul and head? Music.
Right, so do we have something in store?
I think we do, yes. A very talented lady is going to sing for us.
Right, so let's have some brief entertainment before we in fact leave for dinner. So approximately two or three songs. We have a brilliant student over here. She has a magical musical sound, and we would like you to give a big hand to Nish. So let's welcome Nish on the stage.
अजीब दास्तां है, कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म, ये मंजिलें हैं कौन सी, ना वो समझ सके ना हम. अजीब दास्तां है, कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म, ये मंजिलें हैं कौन सी, ना वो समझ सके ना हम. रोशनी के साथ क्यों धुआं उठा चिराग से, ये ख्वाब देखती हूँ मैं कि जग पड़ी हूँ ख्वाब से। अजीब दास्तां है, कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म, ये मंजिलें हैं कौन सी, ना वो समझ सके ना हम। मुबारक है तुम्हें कि तुम किसी का नूर हो गए, मुबारक है तुम्हें कि तुम किसी के नूर हो गए, किसी के इतने पास हो कि सबसे दूर हो गए। अजीब दास्तां है, कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म, ये मंजिलें हैं कौन सी, ना वो समझ सके ना हम। किसी का प्यार लेके तुम नया जहां बसाओगे, किसी का प्यार लेके तुम नया जहां बसाओगे। ये शाम जब भी आएगी तुम हमको याद आओगे। अजीब दास्तां है, कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म, ये मंजिलें हैं कौन सी, ना वो समझ सके ना हम। अजीब दास्तां है, कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म, ये मंजिलें हैं कौन सी, ना वो समझ सके ना हम। Thank you. ठिकाने दे, नए बहाने दे, ख्वाबों की बारिशों को मौसम के पैमाने दे, अपने करम की करदाई कर दे इधर भी तू निगाहें, सुन रहा है ना तू, रो रही हूँ मैं, सुन रहा है ना वक्त भी ठहरा है, कैसे क्यों ये हुआ, काश तू ऐसे आए जैसे कोई दुआ, तू रूह की राहत है, तू मेरी इबादत है। अपने करम की करदाई कर दे